Hi, my name is Barbara Maffeo. I'm the co-owner of the Body and Brain Yoga Studio located at the Riverwalk Complex in Lawrence. And today I'd like to talk to you about an award the founder of this organization received. His name is Ilchi Lee, and he received the Presidential Award in El Salvador. It was really quite an honor and quite an accomplishment to have. He traveled over to El Salvador, and the president of the country awarded him the Presidential Award that because of the amount of peace he's brought to the country through his brain education program. It all started really in the year 2000. Ilchi Lee was asked to offer the prayer of peace at the UN Peace Summit. And after he did that, he thought about, I can give a prayer, but I really need to help create a way that people can feel and be more peaceful. So from that, he created a program called Brain Education that's used widely in the state of New York, and we actively try to spread it here in the United States. Let me backtrack just a little bit. After Ilchi Lee decided that, he was part of the United Nations, and they had a brain education conference at the United Nations. And then they chose the country of El Salvador to bring brain education to. And through a nonprofit organization called IBREA, which is International Brain Education Association, that's how they chose to take brain education to El Salvador. El Salvador, is a really tiny little country, but it has the highest crime rate in the world, highest murder rate, I should say, in the world. And so it was really quite a challenge for one of the young women was actually from Boston that went to El Salvador and to take that program. So they actually went to San Salvador as the first school they chose, and half the kids never even showed up for school. There was a lot of crime, a lot of gangs. In El Salvador, there's lots of gangs, and kids would feel threatened if they didn't belong to a gang. But as the program continued, really, it was amazing how kids' self-confidence grew. A lot of kids, I think, felt hopeless, and now their self-confidence grew. They actually liked coming to school. Attendance was better. There was much less violence in the schools. And so through that, and then they actually even created a pool. They built a swimming pool in the town that the community helped with, and they called it the Pool of Peace. And it's really been a great community activity.
Nice. Is that something that you would like to see being brought over to Lawrence, Massachusetts?
Brain education, which it wouldn't be in IBREA. It's actually my co-owner here, Cholet Garab. She's actually trained in brain education to go into the schools and help train teachers how to then incorporate this program into their everyday classroom, not to make it a special class, but to bring it into the classroom.
Excellent. Any final message you want to send?
Yeah, just that the final plan in El Salvador, is actually now the teachers in El Salvador, just like that's how we would like to implement brain education here in the United States, is to train the teachers. Now in El Salvador, all the teachers there are trained to then use components of the program in their classroom. And now they're going to open, the next plan in El Salvador is to open actually a brain education center, which is really impressive.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, I feel like this is a great opportunity for both this country and any country to recognize, this is how we can help create peace first in the individual. And that's where it starts from. Taking responsibility for me and being aware of myself, and then the energy I create in my own body is what then I have to share in whatever community I'm part of.